Get the gang right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof style stuff. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Dew Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Dew Valley.
Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm your host, King Bush, and tonight we have got a packed show for you. We've got Liverpool, ha ha ha. Phil, how are you doing, Phil?
I'm absolutely fantastic, killer.
Where is the Liverpool fan?
He's bottled it, as always.
He's disappeared. He's not here. And then we've got Sunderland. Dan, how are you doing?
Living the dream, mate. All good. All good.
And we've got Brighton Dan. How you doing, Brighton Dan?
Yeah, doing all good, mate. No complaints. How's yourself? You all right?
Yeah, good, good. Hectic start to the show, but here we go. And we've got Luke. How you doing, Luke?
I've definitely had better weeks. It's as they say, God tests his strongest soldiers, so I must be pretty damn strong.
And we've got, I think it's Freddie Mercury. Carl, how you doing, Carl?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good man. And we've got the legend that is Mersgov. How you doing, Mers?
Not too bad. Premier League title incoming, I feel.
Fucking hell, it's November, Mers. Calm the fuck down.
So we're going to start going through the results, what we had last week. So we'll start with Phil at the top, the Nottingham Forest Liverpool game. So, Phil, talk me through it, mate.
Well, it was a whitewash, wasn't it? Nice and simple. You lot here, all of you, I think one of you went for a draw. The rest of you,
Two of us did.
Kiss my hairy dingy-dangy doodahs, mate. All right? Because you all did not back the mighty Forest and Dykes ball. We absolutely dominated that game. We destroyed Liverpool. Never doubt us. We will be finishing at least 7th this season. Never doubt me.
Fair enough. So, obviously, we've not got Glory Hall to defend Liverpool. I've sent a nice little video clip out as well. For
Mate,
Glory
to be
Hall.
fair, it's pretty damn difficult to defend Liverpool right now.
Well, he's been defending Slot for a while, and I think he's just gone pop today. So after last night's result as well. But does anybody think? So I put a poll out there. So I'll go through the panel. So out of the three managers that are now under pressure, you would say Farke at Leeds is under pressure. Slot. Probably Rúben Amorim again after losing to Everton, 10-men Everton. So out of those three, who are you predicting loses the job first? I'll start with Mers first.
Out of just those three, I think surely it would be Farke that would go first. I don't think Amorim would be even a consideration because it looks like they're trying to stick with him, kind of trying to do what Arsenal did with Arteta at the start, stick with their man through thick and thin, and just try and change a little bit of the culture at the club. And as for Slot, I've heard that they're going to at least wait until the end of January before potentially even sacking him.
Interesting. Carl?
I don't think Amorim's under immediate threat. I think Slot is on icy ground. I don't think if they continue to lose at the rate they're losing, I don't think he's got till January. I think the Leeds manager is most likely to be sacked because of how they're playing football and not picking up results. But I also think if Slot loses 2 out the next 3 or 4, I think he's gone. In fact, if he loses the next 2 games, I think he is gone. I think if he gets a win, it buys him another few more weeks, but I don't think he's got a lot of time. That Liverpool team is too good to continue.
Yeah, but it's the amount of money he's spent.
Yeah, but I think him winning the league, winning the league buys him a little bit of grace. But I think now, like,
did he win it with his
time's
team
running out.
Team, did he give him
Klopp's team? But he still won it though, so he's got a little bit of time. But if he loses the next 1 or 2 games, I think he'll be gone. I was looking today actually into
Liverpool
looking into his history.
Never mind glory, all defend them from John. Go on, what were you saying, Carl?
Well, I was thinking this exact thing about how much time is Slot going to be given, and I looked at his managerial record. Like, what's it? I think he's won a Dutch league and a Dutch cup, and other than that, like, he's not really done anything. Like, when I looked at his history, I was wondering how he got the Liverpool job in the first place. So he's not exactly got the CV that fills you full of confidence. But anyway, that's just my take.
Luke, what about yourself? Who do you think's going to be the next one for the chop?
I think I'm in agreement with Mers. I think Farke is the one in the most immediate danger. Looking at the Liverpool fixtures coming up, they could go on a bit of a run. They got 1 or 2 tough games in there, classing Sunderland as one of those tough games. But they've got the likes of Leeds, they got the likes of West Ham, who might be finding some form. But I know Spurs versus Liverpool doesn't go well for us normally, so they got that as well. So they do have a nice-ish run of fixtures that he might be able to get himself through to January, which I just don't see Farke doing.
Brighton, Dan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, not to reiterate what's already been said, but it's definitely got to be Leeds for me. I feel like it's maybe a step too far for them in terms of managerial and him trying to keep them up. I feel like they should have got more points than they have. They're obviously a team in trouble, and the fault has got to lie with the manager. So for me, it's Farke. But again, like at the end of the day, the same with Liverpool. Like as you say, he's got all this money spent for a squad. Something's not right. Something is not gelling with the team. And the only person that picks that team is the manager. So it has to fall down on the manager. So again, I feel like it's the Leeds manager, but Slot is definitely not out of the firing line by any stretch of imagination.
Sunderland, Dan, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, out of the 3, I mean, I think Amorim, if he didn't get sacked last season, it's really going to have to go wrong this season for him to get sacked. And they seem to be improved this year, Man United. I think Farke's any week now, to be honest. I think, if you woke up tomorrow and he'd been sacked, I don't think it would surprise anyone at this stage. The Slot one's interesting because I get giving him a bit of time because he's had a lot of money to spend. But are they going to trust him to go and spend in January? I mean, he's just flushed 400 million out there and it's not really got a return on it. If you're going to bring a manager in and want an instant change, do you not want to try and give them that window? I think if they lose to West Ham and then we play them next Wednesday, I don't think they'll lose them too, but if they do, I think he's got to get his marching orders.
Phil?
All 3 of them, they're all crap. No. On a serious note, I think I'll go with the bias on it. I think Farke, I think it's unfortunate. Obviously, he's not had the money to spend. I think nice and simple. He's not a Premier League manager. He really isn't. He's not doing well with them whatsoever. Their play is terrible. You can't get them all even on the same page. I just think it's time for Farke to go. Slot, I don't know. It could be an Amorim part 2, couldn't it? I think though, genuinely, if they lose against West Ham at the weekend, which I think they will, I think it goes above big talking points of Farke or Slot first, because you can't lose 1 week against Forest, who are fighting to get out the relegation zone. Then the following week, played PSV, who they're no Bayern Munich, are they? They're not, they're not up there, and lose against them, and then go to West Ham and lose against them. You just can't do that, and it's unforgivable as a manager. So I think give it the weekend. Ask me the question again, and we'll see.
Luke Birch says Farke should have gone weeks ago. Only going to get worse. Going to get a battering on Saturday. John Sullivan says, who have they got on Saturday? And they have got Manchester City on Saturday. What I would say about Farke, I think he will be the next one to go, but I think it's harsh because I don't think out of all the three managers, I think Amorim's been kind of backed and Slot has definitely been backed. Whereas Farke, I think they've probably got one of the lowest spends in the league. So how they was expecting to stay up in the first place was going to be very difficult because they didn't get the recruitment. So I think out of the managers there, I think it's I think the hardest one is Farke because I don't think he's been backed by the club. However, I know a lot of Leeds fans that wanted Farke gone before they wanted him gone before, so even when they got promoted. So it's a difficult one. I personally think out of all of them, Slot is the worst performing manager. He's turned probably one of the best strikers into the league into Dexter Blackstock. How he's managed that, I don't know. He's turned Isaac into Dexter Blackstock. He's got one of the best midfielders in the world. He's turned him into somebody that is playing for Halifax Town. He looks that bad at the minute. So I don't know how you can perform so badly with such a good set of football players. And that is purely the manager. Whereas Farke, if you get Pep or any quality manager you want to pick in the Premier League, give him the Leeds United squad, I think you would still going to struggle. I think, obviously, when Forest got rid of their manager, they got some good players. I don't think Leeds have got good players for the level, and I think that's the problem. But, we'll see. I think this weekend may be pivotal for a couple of clubs. We're going to go through, got quite a lot of comments coming in. James Hutchinson, wank bastards, we will beat City this weekend. Penn will get the sacked, and then we'll get Europe. Also, I've texted Farke is a good manager at championship level. That's his level. He'll get teams out of the championship, but not got it bottled for the Premier League. I think it's, again, if they give him the finances to compete at Premier League level, I'd say, yeah, he probably is out of his depth in the Prem. But when you haven't been given the finances to compete at the level you are, it becomes very difficult to judge a manager for me. I blame Glory Hall. He touches the players before kickoff from Pep Empire. What's that, sorry? So, yeah, some lively comments. Some fighting talk. Call, did you want to respond to Hutch's thing that they're going to batter City at the weekend?
Well, I'll respond to that in the predictions.
Okay. So we'll go on to some more results from the weekend. So Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Obviously, I got that prediction correct. Did anybody else get that score?
I did.
Yeah,
I think I got 3 correct results. 3 correct scores this week. So interesting to see the table. I'm surprised you've not put it up, actually.
I haven't been sent it yet. Nobody
I've
sent
not
it
been sent it either.
We haven't been sent it, so yeah, I can't do that. So, any thoughts on the Burnley Chelsea game? Chelsea
standard, innit?
Yeah, just a bog standard routine win.
Yeah. Bournemouth 2, West Ham 2. West Ham seem to be picking up a little bit under the manager.
I had that correct score.
That was Bournemouth came back from 2-0 down as well in that game, didn't they?
Yeah.
So good for them to claim a point for that, because they've been a bit ropey recently in like last 4 games or so, Bournemouth.
And then we'll
Semenyo
go-
seems to have fell off a little bit as well, doesn't he? He's slowed down, and all of a sudden Bournemouth seem to as well.
Yeah. Brighton, Van Dan. Obviously, a 2-1 victory for you guys. Happy with that? Good performance.
That's all right.
Yeah, very happy with the performance. Very happy with the result. Obviously, I said it was going to be a goal fest. It very much could have been. As I said in my review, very happy that Rúben saved his first ever penalty for Brighton. I mean, I've watched the penalty back. It was the worst penalty you've probably ever seen. He basically passed it to the keeper. But all in all, I felt like we were the better team throughout the second half. When we brought on Jack Hinshaw, when we brought on Gruder, it changed the game. So for me, I didn't see them getting anything. So for them to have that penalty, obviously they scored their first one. For them to get that second one, I was a bit like, what is that for? Because we couldn't actually see it from where I was in the stands. But yeah, overall, very happy that we walked away with the 3 points. And once again, Amex is starting to become our fortress. Team struggling to beat us there.
Who have you got this week?
Forest.
Yeah, we'll
At
go
their
into
ground.
that on the predictions.
I'll be
So-
there.
At the City ground. That is the
Yeah,
goal.
I'll be there, Phil. I'll be there.
there.
I'll be there, pal.
I'll come down then.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do a bit of content before the game. Sunderland, Dan, a defeat for Sunderland. 1-0
Yeah.
at Fulham. Your thoughts
Um,
on the game?
It was deserved. We were poor. We weren't very good. It's one of the only times this season I've questioned the Regis Labrie selection. We went 5 at the back. I thought that was a little bit negative against Fulham. I think against your bigger teams, it's warranted, your Arsenals, but I would have liked to maybe see a little bit more ambition. And yeah, we looked a bit leggy in the midfield. I thought we lacked a bit of energy, and Fulham were just a better team. They were first to every second ball. We had the odd chance, but in no way can I say we were hard done to that we missed them. But look, we're a newly promoted side. Getting beat 1-0 away at Fulham's not the end of the world, being realistic. And back at the stadium, I like this weekend to hopefully put it right. Let's make sure that it doesn't become a week in, week out thing and we nip it in the bud pretty sharp.
John Sullivan says, does anyone generally not think Chelsea could win the league, or is it just him? Anybody
Far too
believe
young.
Chelsea can win the league?
Not enough experience, far too young.
Anybody
They'll win
else?
big games, but no.
No, nobody thinking they could win the league. A team that I think probably will go down, Wolves. They lost 2-0 to Palace. Anybody got any thoughts on that game?
How many Busher, you do know that there's only 3 teams that go down. The amount every single week you come up with somebody new who's going down. It's Forest, it's Leeds, it's Burnley, it's Wolves, it's West Ham, it's this. Only 3 teams can go down. Don't you?
I know there's only 3 teams that can go down.
Man
I said
United
the
will be
other
one of
week-
them, don't you?
No, you're one of them. But
A chance, mate.
so yeah, Palace won 2-0. Yeah,
Phil, Bushy predicts.
What, mate?
I said Bushy predicts about 10 teams to get relegated, and then he's always right with some teams.
But he's not predicted Man United to go down, and it still could happen, mate.
John Sullivan, a question for Sunderland. Dan, where do you expect Sunderland to finish this season?
In the bottom 3.
Nah. You know what? There's a chance, but 15th.
15.
And I mean, look, I'll take 17th right now. I'll snap your hand off. I think we might have a little bit more quality than that, but it's a long old season. We've got some tough fixtures coming up. We've got AFCON. If we stay up, it's a successful season at the end of the day.
Fair enough. Right, on to the shit of Manchester. So Newcastle 2, Manchester City 1. Carl, what's going on, man? Talk to me.
Come on, John. Where's your comments? Come on, John. We want all your comments tonight, mate.
Did anyone else watch this game?
No.
Did anyone else watch this game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
So it was Phil Foden had a penalty shout, which I think was one of the most clearest penalties that you can ever have. Not only that, I thought the challenge was close to a red card. It was studs up on his ankle. What are you shaking your head at, Mers?
No, the rules of the game. It doesn't actually
you don't
count
think
as a
that's
penalty. No, the rules say it can only be counted as a penalty in that scenario if it was on his planted foot.
So you can wipe a player out with a studs high challenge on his ankle, and that's not a penalty.
Yeah, because he already taken the shot. The rules say that can't count.
Did you just hear what he said? Right. So if that's anywhere else in the pitch and he's passing the ball and a player comes in late and wipes him out in the ankle, nearly snapping it, that's not a foul.
Well, it's not a planted foot. The only way it would break his ankle likely is if it's a planted foot. So because you got to think, if your foot is up and the foot comes in, it's going to just move sideways, isn't it? It's not got anything to help break the ankle.
Players studs go into a player's ankles, wiping him out, and that's not a foul.
If it's a but it was his foot was in the air.
You're talking absolute shite.
I mean, that was the rules are the rules. Though. I'm just saying what the rules say.
In the same position,
that
you'd have known that was a penalty. You're probably the only person that said that's not a penalty.
No, I don't think it was a penalty.
Well, you're just a fucking biased red cunt. And the offside is an absolute joke. You have the 6-yard line showing the player's foot, and then the VAR doesn't even show the correct
VAR. You're going to say everybody's corrupt?
No, what I'm saying to you is VAR didn't show the same still. They showed Diaz jumping, and when the Newcastle forward headed it, Diaz was stood.
So you're now blaming the referee, you're blaming VAR?
No, I'm not. You asked me about the game. I gave you my opinion. We take the result. We move on.
To wipe him out was a little bit dramatic, John Sullivan says. Bit dramatic. Right. Do you agree with that?
No.
Maybe he needed to roll around on the floor, clutching his face or something.
Yeah, he should have done a Saka, shouldn't he?
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a pen. If it was, it would have gone to VAR. They'd have spotted it, wouldn't they? That's what we got VAR for. There shouldn't be any mistakes now at this level.
Never any mistakes.
So, can I ask a genuine question? How is he offside if it's his arm? Isn't that not allowed due to handball?
Exactly. You're proving my point.
So, I mean, Newcastle had more shots on target, didn't you? You had more possession. Pardon?
I said Statman.
Statman John, yeah. Statman. So do you just think it was a case of Man City not taking the chances and Newcastle taking theirs?
I'm not even going to comment anymore.
Come on. Stop getting upset, Carl. I haven't got control.
There's a comment right there from Pep. We wasted chances. Newcastle took theirs.
Just because I'm a Man United fan don't mean I've got control over the VAR. You're going to get upset with me. I ain't made the decision for you. It's VAR. Accept it and move on.
I have done.
It's only a loss. It's one of them, innit?
You would know all about losses, wouldn't you, Bushy?
It happens. Right, so
Lee.
Yeah?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I accept that. Did United get beat off a team that had 10 men for 80 minutes?
They did. We'll come on to that. I'm not going to be hiding. You're hiding behind referees and VAR.
I'm not hiding.
When I come out and say we're shit, we played shit, I'll come and tell you how we played. However, you're hiding behind the VAR and, somebody snapped Phil Foden in half.
No,
it was like,
I'm saying, in my opinion,
or something.
Lee,
you know what I mean? You're getting all excited.
Lee, you asked me my opinion.
And move on.
You like the sound of your voice too much. You asked me my opinion. I gave it. I thought there was 2 dreadful decisions.
Okay. And you lost, yeah?
And we lost.
Yeah. Unlucky. On to Leeds versus Aston Villa. And as Leeds fans have seen, they're a bit like Glory all day. They've seemed to have disappeared in a I don't know if the ground's eating them up or what, but Leeds are in trouble. Are we all in agreement with that? They're in big trouble. I
think with that game, they got the early goal, and I think a few people saw something in Leeds, maybe a little glimmer of hope that maybe this was going to be their game against Villa, but yeah, they just they took their eye off the ball. They forgot. I think at one point they forgot the Rúben playing on the pitch. To be fair, and yeah, unfortunately, Villa dominated.
So on to the next game, and we look like we've got Luke, who looks like he's in mourning. Don't know whether he's turned into a 15-year-old skater boy or if he's just upset. But he looks really down. He's got his cap on. He's not looking at anybody. So I'm going to come to you first, Luke. What the hell's happened to Spurs there?
Well, my lawyers have advised me to keep this statement short, really. It was a dreadful performance. It's like we didn't even turn up in terms of we just set up for anti-football. We're wasting time from the minute one. And I refuse to say a positive thing about that team. So I would just say that our team got thoroughly outclassed. It was dreadful.
Thank you, Luke. That's fantastic. And what I will say is I'll give you the credit, because rather than what Cole did, blamed everybody, but even I think at one point he was going to start blaming the programme seller outside for Man City losing. However, you've not given any sort of numbo jumbo. You've just accepted your team was poor, and we move on. Can you win the league as well?
I mean, if he's got a little speech from his lawyers keeping it short, I might as well be like I'm winning the Oscar or something like that and do a long drawn out speech. I'd like to thank Thomas Frank for the "Who is Eze" comment in the press conference, because obviously that spurred on Eze to go and score that hat trick, which I thought was just purely comedy for that situation. I'd also like to thank Spurs for that wonderful performance that is ranked in like the bottom 10 of performances since 2015 from like any Premier League team. So yeah, wonderful stuff there. Yeah, Richarlison, I've got to say, that was a moment of madness for that goal, but kudos. A bit annoying because obviously it affected my FPL a little bit because I had double Arsenal in the defense. But yeah, it's another game that continues a streak against Spurs, especially at the Emirates. That takes it to about 5,600 odd days that you haven't won against Arsenal at the Emirates. So yeah, thank you very much, Spurs, for making my evening great on Sunday. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Luke said, we played well in the first half, could have had a few, but very poor second half, and Villa deserved to win in the second half. So, Mers, can Arsenal win the league?
Yes. 100%. I think the test will obviously be on Sunday against Chelsea. I think if we come away with a win against Chelsea, then I will feel very confident, probably about 80% there, of saying we're going to win the league.
Fair enough. And then we go on to Monday night's game, Manchester United against Everton. So, for me, this is an absolute disgrace. It is just unacceptable on every level. I mean, Everton have had a man sent off in the 13th minute. We've had 70% possession, 25 shots on goal, and it's down on the manager. For me, the manager, I backed Amorim, I'm backing him, but he has got to wake up and smell the coffee. Yeah, he's got to have a different way of playing as well. He's got, I mean, if you know all your strikers are out, so we've got Cunha out, we've got Sesko out, we've got Rashford, and Højlund are out on loan. Recall them. Fucking recall them. Like, we need a striker. We can't just carry on with no striker. And then
Yeah, you can.
Bushy. So you've got the likes of Fernandez, who could easily slip into that position. You've got
listen.
You've got Casemiro, who could easily fall into that position. All three of those players were on
Casemiro's
that
a
pitch,
striker.
and he could easily drop into that position as a temporary fix.
Mate,
what your manager's done.
He's running in treacle. He's not a striker.
What your manager's done.
You can't put Casemiro in mid. Fucking hell, guys.
What I'm saying is,
understand football. Casemiro cannot play up front.
No. What I'm saying is, Bushy, is if you had those players who are all three strong players pushing forward and allowing the game to push forward, you would have played better than you did. They made systematic errors. You go on about Yoro. He was the one that flunked and let that goal go. Let that fucking double-barreled knobhead of a player take over and score the goal. And you go mad about Yoro. You think Yoro's the next best bloody thing. Yeah?
Yes. You can't blame Yoro for that. Listen, the tactics are wrong. The tactics are wrong.
But that's because he won't change the formation. That's the problem.
And that's what I'm saying. Listen, you can't have, in this level, a one-dimensional manager. Yeah, you've got to be able to change your team, and sometimes you've got to admit to yourself, hang on a minute, I've let Rashford go out and we ain't got another striker. So until January comes, we need to recall him, yeah? Or we need to recall Højlund, anybody, right? He's playing Zirk. I mean, I feel sorry for Zirkzee. He's coming in and he's just playing, like, never given a chance, and then he's just thrown in and expected to do something. Come on, man. The guy... He's getting on the
like you're making more excuses.
He's starting to piss me off.
Carl,
yes, not right.
Can you answer me a question? Did you win a league without a striker?
Sorry?
Did you win a league without a striker?
We did indeed, pal.
Okay, thought so.
Well, you had a striker.
Is that another one?
Do you remember, Luke, when everyone was saying you can't win the league without a striker, and Pep did?
And then Pep did.
You'll not win one with Ireland this year, so I think that's forgot about. Football's moved on since then, and what I'm going to tell you is, United, if Amorim carries on like this, for me,
can he still win the league, Bushy?
Not doing this shit. No, he can't. We should be.
You get top four.
With the players we've got, we should be challenging top three.
Can you get top four?
We can get top four, yeah. I'm still confident.
Will you get top four?
Depends if Amorim wakes up or they sack him. One or the other.
Will you get top six?
He'll get top six, yeah.
So easy. Top six is guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Is top
five
four
guaranteed? Top four guaranteed. That's
top four is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right.
That's as far as I'm going, but I'm not going any further. Right, Amorim needs to sort
the man who said we've got Sesko, we can win it this season.
Yeah, but Phil, it's all right. You were telling me you'll finish above Man United and you're in a relegation battle.
And we will.
Forest will finish above United.
We'll finish above United, I'm telling you.
They won't.
Well, how many points difference between Forest and United?
6 point gap.
6 at the minute, but when Man United lose again at the weekend and Forest, sorry Dan, but beat Brighton.
United will finish fourth. Yeah, I think Tom talks a lot of sense. They
fourth from bottom, Bushy. Fourth from bottom.
Hey, we'll finish above City because City is shit. Pep's finished. Pep Ball's done. Mate, the guy's a shell of himself.
So, what's the forfeit for Carlo Bushy, depending on which Manchester club finishes above the other one?
Bushy has to shut the fuck up and stop talking crap.
Well, I mean, does Bushy do his forfeits? Do we know?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Still waiting for the storming.
If somebody wants to order it and it comes before...
You said you'd ordered it.
I have ordered it, but it's still not come. I chased
delivering it, Stevie Wonder.
Is it swimming from Japan?
No, it's running as quick. It's running as quick.
No, it's just Sweden. I don't know.
Rúben Amorim never going to win again. Bushy crying again. No, listen, Rúben Amorim, he's still one of the best young coaches
No,
in the
he's
world.
not.
Yeah. But he just needs to sort himself out a little bit. That's all. I mean, I think losing to Everton is humbling. Yeah, we should never lose to teams like Everton.
10 man.
Bushy, do me a
10 man
favour.
Everton.
Don't put Lee Bush and humble in the same sentence again.
Losing to 10 man Everton. Not just losing to Everton, losing to 10 man Everton.
And I mean, it was a silly sending off as well. He started slapping his own player around.
Yeah, but listen, the rules are the rules. You raise a hand
You
to a player.
know why he got
whether
sent
you
off,
raise or
don't you,
not,
Lee? You know why he got sent off?
Yeah.
Because he's a United fan and he said to Michael Keane, United are going to win the league. Give him a slap.
No,
He said,
man,
you can fuck the lights off.
Carl, listen, we lost. I'm not going to blame the ice cream man. I'm not going to blame the ticket lady. I'm not
the
going
ice
to
cream
blame
man, it's the
VAR.
pie man.
I'm not
The
going
pie
to blame.
man.
I'm going to blame nobody but Manchester United. Manchester
Right,
United
Bushy,
didn't
can we
turn
move
up.
on to predictions anyway?
We come second best. So
Tom
there you
said United need Dangor in midfield.
mate, I tell you, they do actually. Dangor would be a good midfielder.
Would you win the Prem then if you signed Dangor in January?
No, we won't win it. We're finishing.
He was thinking
I
about
told you,
it. He was thinking about it.
We're finishing in the top three, mate.
Oh,
Right,
three
so we're
now.
going to go on to predictions, and then obviously we've got the Mount Rushmore, so that's going to be interesting to see, especially with no glory hole tonight. So first game coming up this week is the Brentford-Burnley game. So I'll start with you, Phil. What's your prediction and why?
I went for, let me just find my predictions. I went for a Burnley win, actually. I've gone for a 1-0 Burnley win. I don't know why. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe something's going to happen for them. I think they're in the bottom three, but I think Burnley can. It's one of those games where they could easily pick up points. I think personally.
Luke Birch says 2-0 Brentford. Tom Brown says 3-1 Brentford. Sunderland, Dan, what's your prediction for this one?
2-1 Brentford.
You've gone the same as me. I've gone 2-1 Brentford. Brighton, Dan?
2-0 Brentford.
Luke?
3-0 Brentford.
3-0. Carl?
3-1 Brentford.
And Mers?
2-0 Brentford.
And
See,
John Sullivan has also gone 2-0 Brentford.
See, you did this last week with Forest, guys. You all went against Forest, and we proved you wrong.
Are you saying you're as good as Burnley?
Are you still going on about that?
Burnley. I'm saying you lot are against what could be potentially a good team. Could turn
Phil,
it
a
around.
broken clock's right twice a day.
What's up, mate?
I said a broken clock's right twice a day, Phil.
Exactly.
So the next game is Man City Leeds. I'll start with Carl on this one.
I think this is going to be the biggest win of the season, 6-0 City.
Mers?
I do think it's going to be an absolute thrashing, but I don't quite think 6-0, 4-0 for myself.
Phil?
I think Mers is copying off me. I've gone 4-0 to City as well.
Luke?
I've gone directly in the middle of all of them, 5-0.
Sunderland, Dan?
I agree with the lads, 4-0.
Brighton, Dan?
3-0 Leeds.
3-0 Leeds?
I went out there with Burnley, but Leeds, really?
Well played, Dan.
I think Leeds will get a goal, but they
3-1 City. We have got a Tom Brown says 2-1 Leeds.
Is that your burner account, Bushy?
Gonna get smashed. No, he's on the Monday Night Millers, so it's not my account. Gonna get smashed, but gonna say hopeful and only say 3-0 City. I've gone 5-0 City. So I think everybody's gone for a big City win. On to the next game. I'll start with Sunderland Dan, as it's Sunderland versus Bournemouth.
I'm going to go 1-1. We're back at home. We're hard to beat there, and Bournemouth slowed down a little bit lately. I think we'll get a point.
Point. Phil?
I have gone 2-2. I think based on both of their performances at the minute, I think they're pretty evenly matched. So, yeah, I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
I've also gone 2-2. Luke?
I have gone for a fairly reasonable 2-0 win to Sunderland.
Brighton Dan?
Yeah, I've backed Sunderland for a 2-1 win.
Go on, boys.
Carl?
Well, my best mate is not going to like this. I think Sunderland are on the start of a little blip. I think Bournemouth are going to win this game 2-1.
Can I change my City prediction, please?
Mers?
I'm going with a 2-1 home win for Sunderland.
Am I the only one with a Bournemouth win with a prediction?
Indeed.
Yeah,
about
I
that.
think John's gone for it.
2.
Of course,
Mers?
I said 2-1. 2. Yeah.
Luke says 2-1 Sunderland. John Sullivan says 2-1 Bournemouth. And Tom Brown says 2-2. So quite a few with a 2-2 scoreline. On to the next game, Everton versus Newcastle. I'll start with Mers this time.
So I changed this at last minute. So I originally went with Newcastle win, but I've now gone with a 2-2 draw for Everton Newcastle.
Carl?
Newcastle will do what United failed to do, and they'll give Newcastle a pumping. Newcastle 2-1.
Huh?
I think he said the wrong way around. Dave.
Yeah.
Meant to say Everton.
Didn't
but he
Sorry,
said that
Newcastle
were
will
going to
do
pump it.
Everton. You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
He's practicing his dance moves for this weekend's. What would that song you say? I want to break free. Yeah, you're going to be doing that, aren't you, this weekend?
Hey-o.
No singing, we get a blip against our name. Come on.
Yeah, so Luke, Everton, Newcastle.
I've got this game down as being the boring game of the week. I've got this flat as a 0-0.
0-0. Sunderland, Dan.
1-0 Everton. Newcastle are pony away from home.
Brighton, Dan.
2-1 Everton.
Phil.
I'm complete agreeing with Sunderland, Dan. Newcastle are absolutely poor away. I've gone for a 2-0 win to Everton.
I've gone for 1-1. Luke Birch also has gone 1-1. He said 2-2. Tom Brown says 2-1 Everton. So some various scores there. On to Luke's team. So we'll go to Luke first for this one. Tottenham versus Fulham. Are you going to have
in the same way?
Spurs?
I do not. Hence the dress code at the moment. I do not trust us at home currently, and we are obviously at home here. So I've gone for a 1-1 draw with Fulham. We're not inspiring at the moment, are we?
Mersgaard.
I'm backing what Spurs fan is saying, and I'm saying 1-1. So that means 5 points then come in.
Carl.
I think Spurs will win this game, actually. I think it'll be a rare, good result and good performance. Spurs 3-1.
Brighton, Dan.
Yeah, I think Tottenham will edge this game. I don't think it's going to be a great game, but Spurs to win 2-1.
Sunderland, Dan.
Spurs 2-1.
And Filipino.
I'm with Mers and Spursy Luke. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
And I've gone Spurs 2, Fulham 1. Luke Birch has gone 3-2 to Tottenham. Tom Brown's gone 2-1 to Fulham. Spurs bogey team, Spurs utter piss flaps 1-1.
John's on the language tonight.
There we go. So Palace versus Manchester United. I'll start with the guy that's going to predict United to lose first. Carl, what's your prediction?
Well, in my opinion, Palace are a much better side than Everton. They're quite strong at home. And if United can't put away a poor Everton side, they've got no chance against Palace. 3-1 to Palace.
Mers?
I'm in agreement. Palace are better than Everton, and I think it's just going to be a Palace win, but I've gone with 1-0.
Luke?
No, I put myself out last week. I was one of the lone people predicting a Man United win. I backed it as a 3-0. So I can't be doing that 2 weeks in a row, 2-1 Palace.
Right, and Dan?
See, I can't predict them to win. I can't predict you guys to win, so I went for a 1-1 draw.
Same as me, Dan. I've gone 1-1. Sunderland, Dan?
2-1 Palace. I think they'll just edge it.
Phil?
Just like the Forest Malmo game at the minute, Forest are winning 2-0. I've also got Palace to win 2-0.
Tom Brown says 3-1 United. John Sullivan says Palace 2-1. Luke, you're copying me. Luke Birch says 2-1 also. So a lot of people backing United to lose. Can't see it myself, but a 1-1 draw for me. On to Villa versus Wolves. I'll start with Villa's love boy, Phil. Score.
So I've gone a little bit conservative on this one. I've been talking to a few people, and a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, this is Villa's game through and through. They're going to smash them 3-4-0." I've gone for a nice, comfortable 1-0 win to Villa.
Sunderland, Dan?
I've went 2-1 Villa.
Luke?
I've gone 2-1, but the other way. I've gone Wolves to get their first major win.
Fucking hell.
Bloody hell. Sunderland, Dan?
I've already went.
Brighton, Dan.
Sorry, Brighton, Dan. I meant not Sunderland, Dan.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I don't see Wolves scoring, so I've gone 2-0 to Villa.
Carl?
I mean, after the City game, which I think is the easiest prediction, I think this is the second easiest. I think Villa will walk it 3-0.
Mers?
I'm in agreement. I think a comfortable win for Villa, 3-0.
Luke, did you give yours?
Oh, I gave mine as the upset of a Wolves 2-1, yeah.
You did, yeah. Luke says Villa 2-0. 2-0 to Villa, yeah. Tom's gone the same score as me, so I've gone 3-0 Wolves. Sorry, 3-0 Villa I've gone. Has he gone 3-0?
I was about to say, I was like, whoa.
Oh,
John's gone 3-0 Villa.
Tom, is he messing about, Tom, in the chat? Villa 3-0. Yeah, I've gone Villa 3-0 as well. So the next game, I'll start with Brighton fan Dan, because they take on Nottingham Forest. So we'll start with Dan. What's your prediction?
Well, all I'm going to say is hopefully nothing like last year, because last year was a shit show. If I've ever seen us play badly, it was that game. Those of you that don't know, Forest smashed us 7-0. So I'm more hopeful this year. Obviously, we have turned our form round, but our away form, there's still something that's not right. So I've gone with us getting a point, and I've said that it's going to end Forest 2, Brighton 2. So a 2-2 draw.
Phil?
Okay, so I agree with what Dan's saying. Brighton's form isn't quite there. And then they're coming down to the City ground. Anybody who's played at the City ground and visited Forest at the City ground and been in that atmosphere, you will know, just like we did at the weekend, away, we get in people's heads. Okay? So I'm not going for the 7-0, Dan. You will be happy. I think it'll be a lot closer than that. I've gone for a 2-1 victory to Forest.
Sunderland, Dan?
I've went with 0-0. I think this could be the boring game of the week.
That's the same score I've gone with. I've gone with 0-0. Luke?
I'm in agreement with Phil. I've got this down as a 2-1 Forest win. Brighton's away form. They've only managed to beat away from home a Chelsea side of 10 men. You can't really say anything better than that. And the City ground's pretty damn strong fortress.
Fair enough. Carl?
I think these two teams are very closely matched. I couldn't split it either way. 2-2 draw for me.
Mers?
Well, initially I've got to say, Bushy, Dan, you predicted 0-0. You don't know Brighton or Forest if you're saying it's going to be a board draw. I'm in agreement in terms of the 2-1 for Forest.
Yes, boy.
Luke says 2-1 Forest. Tom Brown says 2-2. John Sullivan says 2-2. Why the stupid kickoff, Phil?
I think it's the time, isn't it? And the time's a bit of a weird kickoff, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it's 2:05
Yeah.
on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know if there's something going off in Nottingham at the weekend. That's probably why.
Well, no, same thing's happening in Villa and with the Liverpool game as well. They're both 2.
Remembrance for something? Or?
Remembrance. No, remembrance earlier.
Or is there some form of tribute to paying to someone or something like that?
Potentially. I'll have a look into it.
And then the next game up is West Ham versus Liverpool. I'll start with Mers on this one.
I would say this is going to be the upset game, but with how Liverpool been, I don't think this is going to be much of an upset. 3-1 to West Ham is what I'm saying.
Carl?
Yeah.
Liverpool, West Ham, Carl.
Wakey.
West Ham 2, Liverpool 1.
Luke?
I've got this as West Ham 1, Liverpool 1.
Brighton, Dan?
Agreeing with Carl. West Ham to win 2-1.
Sunderland, Dan?
3-1 West Ham.
And Filipino?
Just like Forest beating Brighton 2-1, I have gone for West Ham beating Liverpool 2-1.
And I've gone for Liverpool to return to winning ways. 2-1 victory for Liverpool. Luke Birch, 1-0 West Ham. John Sullivan, 3-1 Liverpool. Wilson to score. Liverpool will win 4-0, Tom Brown says.
Just a quick FYI, Bushy. The kickoff times of 2:05 are TV scheduling because they don't want the United Palace game to clash with the later games.
So everybody has to change for the mighty United, innit?
No,
for
the mighty Palace.
Dead on kickoff as well.
Palace, mate.
The mighty Palace, Lee.
No, the mighty United. We all know we're the biggest draw. On to the next, probably the biggest game of the weekend, I would say. The battle of the top two. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Mers, what's your thoughts on this one?
I think it's going to be quite a close game in terms of scoreline, but I think Arsenal, with the way that we are playing, especially with our defense, do similar situation defense. Keep them from limiting the amount of shots that they have, and then we'll probably get a late goal and win 2-1.
Carl?
I think exactly the same scoreline as Mers, but just for Chelsea.
Chelsea 2-1. Okay. Luke?
I'm in agreement with Carl. I've got 2-1 Chelsea. Chelsea seem to show up in the big games this season and draw with teams like Karabag. So this is a big game. They're going to turn up and turn them over.
But if you go in on the facts of, you say Man United are going to lose because we lost to Everton, but wouldn't you say the opposite way around because Chelsea lost to Man United?
We're not talking about Man United, Lee.
Yeah, when did
That
Man
pretty
United
much-
get mentioned here?
You're saying, but you're making points that are silly because you're saying, oh, they're going to win because they beat this. No, it doesn't happen like that. Right,
I'm
and
saying
Dan.
they seem to turn up against the big teams.
I think goal fest for this one. I've gone Arsenal to edge it though, 3-2 to Arsenal.
3-2 to Arsenal. Sunderland, Dan.
1-0 Arsenal.
Phil.
I've gone for a 2-2 draw. I think Chelsea might just squeeze it right at the end and slot one home at 90 plus 4.
I've also gone for a draw, but 1-1. Luke says 2-1 Arsenal. Tom Brown says 0-0. John Sullivan says Chelsea 2. The tears of second place are falling for Mers. Sorry. Okay, so he thinks that, yeah, Arsenal's going to have tears. So, which brings us on nicely now to Mount Rushmore. So, I'm going to pass you over to Carl, and he's going to run through the Mount Rushmore with us.
So, for those that tuned in last week, we are starting a feature called the Premiership Mount Rushmore. We did goalkeepers last week, and today's theme is fullbacks. So, I asked the panel to create the Mount Rushmore of fullbacks. Glory Hole isn't with us this week, but he has sent his Mount Rushmore to me, which I will reveal at the end of the show for us all to laugh at, like we did last week. And as ever, I will start with my Mount Rushmore. We'll go around the panel. So it can be any fullbacks, left backs, right backs, any amount of fullbacks you wanted. They didn't have to be 2 left and 2 right. But I'll start with who I class as the greatest fullback in Premiership history, and that is Ashley Cole. I followed it up with Gary Neville. I think his longevity, his consistency had to be in there. Kyle Walker, longevity and the trophies that he won, arguably the fastest fullback. And my 4th choice was Dennis Irwin, probably one of the buyers, bargain buyers of the Premiership. Ferguson said he was his greatest ever buy, reliable, never injured, and that, guys, is my Mount Rushmore of fullbacks. We're going to move on now, and we're going to go for Mersey's Mount Rushmore next.
So my 4 players are in no particular order: Patrice Evra, Ashley Cole, Carl Walker, and I think somebody who I think deserves a little bit of a shout on it, Azpilicueta, for his versatility.
Yeah, Azpilicueta was in my thoughts as well. I did toy with Patrice Evra. So have you left out Gary Neville there?
Yeah, I've left out Gary Neville.
Interesting. I think we'll leave Bushy to stew for a while.
The Pep Empire says mine is Walker, Ashley, Cole, Neville, Evra.
Ashley Cole, Neville, Evra. Yeah. Phil, we'll go to you next.
Okay. So Ashley Cole, always. If you've not got him as your fullback, then you're living under a rock. I've also gone for Dennis Irwin as well. I think, again, cracking buy and what a player. What a player. Just nice to watch as well. Nice to watch his play. I did have Kyle Walker in, but I thought that's all samey. I bet everybody's going to go for him. So I thought out the box a little bit. And I went for Lee Dixon. I think quality player. Just a strong quality player for my liking. And yes, I have left Gary Neville out. And my reasoning behind that is an obnoxious person. I just can't put him there. I know he was class, and I know what he did for United and so on and so forth. But I just don't like the lad. And I put in Stuart Pearce.
Okay.
Forest legend.
I don't need to say why, but I put in Stuart.
Good fullback. I mean, didn't win a lot, but
No.
Merz, just to touch on you, Azpilicueta. I was also toying with Ivanovic. I thought he was a better fullback than Azpilicueta. But
Tom Brown has gone with Neville, Cole,
Christian Fuchs.
Fuchs, and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Tom Brown, don't comment on any Mount Rushmores again, because those picks are crazy. It's like you make Glorio look sane.
No, he said Kelleher last week. Right, we can just ignore that.
Yeah, we'll go to Sunderland Dan next.
So I've got very similar. So Ashley Cole, can't argue with it. I think he's number one for me by far. I have got Neville as well. He was probably never spectacular, never really got his flowers, but if he was rubbish, Ferguson wouldn't have had him for however long he had him, would he? He would have been sharply moved on. What else have I got? I've got Kyle Walker, just the amount of leagues he won. A bit more flashy than Neville, but similar reasons, longevity. Irwin was an honourable mention for me, but because of my age, I haven't seen him play live, so I didn't want to put him in there just for that reason. So I've chucked in Andy Robertson. I think he's on his last legs now, but I think for a year or two, he was the best left back in the world.
Luke, have you gone with pal?
Yeah, I have gone with Dennis Irwin, like consistency. I didn't obviously watch him, but from what you hear from everyone, you always hear someone wax lyrical about him. I've got Kyle Walker in there. I've got Ashley Cole, and I'm waiting for the boost to start. I do have Trent for the sheer uniqueness and how he revolutionised the position. He brought something different to the position, and he revolutionized. No, not Gary Neville. Not Gary Neville for me. He was a fifth place, but with the sheer uniqueness of what Trent brought to the position, I feel someone had to mention it. I didn't think anyone else would. So, outside of the obvious person who's not here.
I mean, it's not the most crazy take in the world. My only pushback would be amazing footballer, but couldn't defend. And to be on my Mount Rushmore of fullbacks, you've got to be able to defend. But listen, it's not the most craziest take out there. Brighton fan Dan.
Just a quick one for you, Carl. Tom says how they all won the Premier League.
Okay.
That
so on that show,
Mount Rushmore.
Right. So Scott Carson then, because he won the Champions League twice, is a better keeper than Peter Schmeichel. I mean, just because someone's won
is better than Leighton Baines, we're hearing.
Anyway, moving on. Brighton fan Dan.
Right. So some of mine have been said. Others
Don't
haven't.
even fucking start, Tom. Don't start on me. I'll knock you the fuck out. Pierce is a legend, mate. A legend.
So Tom says Phil had Pierce in there, for fuck's sake.
Don't start. Don't start. I'll have you off my Sunday show.
Oh. So I've gone with Pablo Zabaleta.
Go on, son.
For me, it was his tenacity, his work rate, and the fact obviously he won 2 Premier League titles. I have got Patrice Evra, but obviously what he did with United, his speed, how he could defend and get in the attack. I have also got Ashley Cole for the reasons that have already been said. And then, I mean, it's going to spark a lot of controversy. I don't care. I'm saying it anyway. Tariq Lamptey for Brighton, one of the best right backs we've had. The way that he attacks, the way he gets back for us, one of the best defenders. I don't care. One of the best fullbacks.
I respect the loyalty, Dan. I respect that.
So those are my
Who did you pick then at the end?
Lamptey.
Tariq Lamptey.
If Kyle Walker wasn't there, I was going to pull a stunt with YP Lee, to be fair.
Wait, he outpaces Kyle Walker.
Tom Brown says Carson never played, Carl.
It's irrelevant. He just said he's picked someone because they won the Premier League. I'm just saying Scott Carson won trophies, irrelevant of whether he played. If his only criteria is winning a trophy, Scott Carson won 2 Champions Leagues. It doesn't make him the best keeper in Premiership. But anyway, right, I'm looking forward to this one. Bushy. I'm going to guess.
Man United.
I'm going to guess there's at least 3 Man United fullbacks in here.
Yeah.
Well, nearly all of you have got nearly 3 in him anyway, Man United fullback. So, because you know what you're talking about if you picking Man U players. So, I'm going to pick it. the first one, which I believe is the best defender fullback to ever play in the Premiership. He was in the Arsenal Invincibles. He also went on to win European honours with Chelsea. So I'm going to go Ashley Cole for the first fullback. I think he was the best there's been in the Premier League for me. The next one is a Man United player. I can't stand the bloke. I think he's a prick. I think he's a lefty tosser. But I would say Gary Neville, because he was phenomenal in the Ferguson years. Another player that won major trophies, European Cups with Manchester United, I would say Patrice Evra. And then this pains me to say it because he's a fucking City wanker, but I think he's the fastest, one of the best fullbacks I've seen after Ashley Cole, and I would say Kyle Walker.
Fucking hell. I mean, Bushy, a little bit unbiased there. I mean, like, I'm taken aback. Fair play to you. Not the most outlandish picks. Right, are we ready for Glorio's picks?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Trent, Robertson.
Risa.
So his first pick is Ashley Cole.
Hey.
He did this last week. He had one sensible Chelsea pick and then went off the rails.
One finger up.
Get a finger out. That's one.
His second pick is Kyle Walker.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
His third pick was one I considered, so I think it's a decent pick. Branislav Ivanovic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
And his fourth pick
Here we go.
Robbo.
was Andy Robertson.
It was Andy
There
Robertson.
we go.
So,
That's not even that bad a
Reasonable.
list.
so he gets,
reasonable.
for that one, he gets the 3 taken away. There we go.
Yeah, I think Sunderland's done right. For them 2 or 3 seasons, Robertson were probably the best fullback in the world. For them
That's why I've had him in there. I think he was absolutely solid. He's on his last legs now. I think once he retires, he'll probably be remembered a bit more fondly than what he is now.
Have we,
I've given Pep Empire goosebumps. I don't know how I feel like that.
have we got any more comments? Has anyone else put the Mount Rushmores in the comments league?
John Sullivan, Ashley Cole, Neville, Walker, and my wild card would be Trippier. And then obviously you got Tom Browns that you totally dismissed. So
Yeah,
you probably put people off.
Tom needs to start watching football. Anyway, I think the fullbacks was one of the easier categories to do. But next week, guys and girls, is one of the hardest categories. And it's Premiership centre-backs. This one is going to be very, very hard to pick. So don't miss next week's show. I am absolutely sure there is going to be some shouting, arguing, screaming, probably coming from Bushy, maybe coming from Mers. Mers has got a difficult one. Arsenal have had some top centre-halves. And we want to see the viewers, Mount Rushmore, centre-halves in the comments next week. So tune in for that. I'll pass you back to Bushy to close the show. And that's everything from me.
So just want to say thank you to everybody in the comments again. We are live on, I believe, are you on Friday, Mers, with the FPL this week?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
So please watch that, support it, get in the comments for him as well. And any guys that are on my show, obviously, he is looking for people to be joining that show on the live. So if people can support that show, it'd be really helpful. Then we'll go to the after-match reactions on Saturday. So you'll probably get... We may do a little special involving Forest and Brighton Dan, to be fair. We might try and get some content at the game. We'll have a little conversation about that. See if we can do something. We'll have the after-match reactions. Brighton Dan fan will definitely be giving me an after-match reaction. Phil will always do one, so they'll be going out on Saturday.
Dan's might be Dan crying, but you know we'll roll with it.
Phil, if you want to record yours on Saturday, I'll do mine when we actually play on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on Sunday, isn't it? Yeah. And then obviously on Sunday, it is Phil's amazing Sunday service. So that goes through everything from the Premier League right up to the Carpal League and League Two. So if you support a Chesterfield or MK Dons or Rotherham or any team like that, Phil will be talking about it. Derby, yeah, he doesn't like to talk. He never picks a Derby win, that's for sure. But yeah, Phil will be there. Please like, share, and subscribe the video as well. It does really help us as well. We have moved up on Facebook to over 2,000 subscribers on there now on Facebook. That's going really well. So the people that are on there, if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Instagram, please go over to the YouTube channel as well. We are closing in on 1,000 on there now as well, so we need to keep pushing that and sort of follow us on there as well. If there is stuff you want us to do on the show as well, we're always open to suggestions for you guys in the chat, so we're always willing to try new things as well. I know Cole's Mount Rushmore has been very successful and people really enjoy it. So if there's anything else similar to that we do that you'd like us to see doing, just drop us a message and I'm sure we'll be able to get something sorted. I'd like to say an apology for Liverpool fans because your man has dropped out tonight. He's bottled it. He's crying. Phil wanted to give him a bit of stick, but obviously it's... he's shied off, which is very unfortunate. What I will say about Carl is at least, obviously, when City lose, he's on here and he'll still give his thoughts on City. And Luke as well, he's the same. He was in mourning tonight, but he's faced it. Sunderland Dan as well. Brighton Dan and fucking Mers, they never lose at the minute. So we doesn't
know what it's like.
Not sure what he's going to react like. We're not sure what he's going to react like, but other than that, it is really good when people come on and face the music. I'm not a massive fan of blaming VAR and the referee and the program seller, but maybe next time Carl will.
It was the pie man.
Bye, man. Won't be here next week, guys. Sorry, it's going to an adult panto, the Pep Empire. That sounds like a swingers party to me.
Can you let me know where it is?
No.
Ooh.
I will take call on at Football Knowledge. This is something actually I do want to organise. So
this will be good.
Bushy, he can take me on at Football Knowledge and tell him I'll take him on at spelling because he spelt my name wrong twice and my name's on the fucking screen.
Oh dear. Right. So I am gonna set that up. So there is gonna be a Football Knowledge quiz knockout coming. And it's going to start, the first round is going to be Carl versus Tom. Okay? Tom is quite good on his football knowledge, to be fair. So it will be a good test. So we'll see.
We need Glory Hole Turbo as well, don't we? That one's heating up.
Yeah. Glory Hole. He'll be loving it.
I think the Twins should do that one first round. I think it should be GH versus Brian Van Dam.
Yeah,
I think it shouldn't be. I think it should be no seeding, just random names out of a hat.
Yeah.
I'm getting worried, Phil, about your obsession with the Twins. It's like you want to watch them in a threesome or something.
That's just your sick mind, mate. That's just your
That's the 10,000 subscriber special, folks. So get subscribing.
That's it. If we can't sell football, we'll sell sex on here. Don't worry about it, lads. So thank you again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on Friday.